That fireball last night.
Exciting?
So it was very cool. Last night was quite cold, and it's warmed up a lot today.
Yeah.
But we are still expecting it to feel quite wintry tomorrow.
Yeah, especially looking quite wintry. Some snowflakes fallen for tomorrow. It'll still be fairly mild, but there will be a cold wind out of the north. It won't feel quite as warm as what we had today, because today came with sunshine and we were around 4 degrees for a daytime high. Look at that, we just bounced to 3 degrees. So it's mild out there, absolutely. A lot of melting going on. Don't wear your best shoes. Wear shoes that have some grip for sure. All right, your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Family owned, community driven. Discover more at 5th Avenue Volkswagen. When you look at those next 24 hours, it's still mild for the evening hours. So if you have to walk the dog, not a big deal. By tomorrow morning, -2 will feel more like -7 with the wind chill. Again, we are looking at winds gusting out of the north, especially in the afternoon, up to 40 kilometers per hour. And this is combined with some snowfall on and off throughout the day. We could pick up 1 to 3 centimeters. More details coming up.
Okay, Danielle, you said it's going to look wintry tomorrow with a little bit of snow. How much are we expecting tomorrow?
So for Calgary, down Highway 2, we're really looking at 1 to 3 centimeters. So it won't be an all-day thing, but we certainly are looking at snowfall on and off throughout the day, picking up at least a couple centimeters. Look at this cool shot here. It looks beautiful out there today, especially looking down towards the city. We have some cloud cover. It's quiet. The winds in Calgary are quiet, and the temperatures are very mild. We're just above the freezing mark, so it's actually a really nice evening. Gustier, as you can see, to the south. So this is a look at the maximum wind gust. So close to 80 in Pincher Creek today, 70 in Lethbridge, and 37 in Medicine Hat. This is why when they had sustained wind speeds around 30 kilometers per hour, gusting higher than that, as you could see. That's why we've had wind chill, because we're just below freezing in Pincher Creek, for example, but it feels more like -11 with that wind chill because it is so windy. And in Medicine Hat feels more like -7. In Calgary, we're not dealing with wind chill. 1, because it's not windy. 2, because we're not below the freezing mark. So it's not calculated unless you're below freezing. All right, here's a look at radar and satellite. And we've had wave number 1 move through mainly for the south. And we've picked up a little bit of snowfall there, but also with the winds, a lot of drifting snow and blowing snow. Wave number 2 comes tomorrow, and Calgary is included in this wave. So I'm going to advance this to tomorrow morning around 6:30, and you can see it starting to creep into the city. So likely we'll see some flurries, light snow through the morning hours as well. We'll pick up later in the morning, as you can see here. This is a look at 11 o'clock. And then it will be on and off throughout the day. It won't be all day, but we are looking at enough that we're going to get a couple centimeters at least from this in the city. And then even through the evening hours, you may see a couple snowflakes as well before it's all said and done. And then this clears out completely for Wednesday, and then we have another wave back for Friday. Friday may be a little more significant. We'll talk about that in just a moment. This is just tomorrow. Tomorrow, a couple centimeters possible. Really, it's going to be concentrated. Airdrie, Calgary, down Highway 2 into the Lethbridge area, where we're looking at picking up anywhere from 1 to 3 centimeters of snow for the most part. And then we may even see a little more towards the Milk River area. All right, longer range forecast showing you this. 1 degree for tomorrow. Again, that on and off snow throughout the day, but also because we're getting to +1, we may even switch over to some rainfall as well, and it will be a big slushy, slippery mess out there. So careful out there on the sidewalks and the roads, of course. Then we're clear for Wednesday, as I showed you, getting up to 2 degrees, and then we're bumping up to 4. So very mild temperatures from now through Thursday. And then we take a dip. So basically by Thursday night, another system rolls in. This will pull in some much cooler air from the north. It also could bring us a bit of a significant snowfall. So by Friday, 3 to 5 centimeters with a daytime high of -6 expected.
Danielle, many people like the warm-up just because, you know, we're not used to the cold yet, but it's not good for the shoes. Like you said, don't wear your favorite shoes unless your favorite shoes happen to be waterproof, of course.
If they're waterproof, fantastic, because it's going to be a sloppy mess out there all week, especially as we get through the next 3 days, because we'll be warm and above freezing during the day and then below freezing. So also a lot of icy spots as things freeze over overnight and early in the morning. 2 degrees is the current temperature. 4 was actually our daytime highs. It was very mild out there. Tomorrow is mild, but it will be combined with cooler wind out of the north, plus 1 to 3 centimeters of snow on and off throughout the day.
Thanks, Danielle.
It must have been fairly clear last night across a lot of Alberta for so many people to have seen that.
Yeah, just a couple clouds out there and quite a show in the sky. No real show in the sky tonight. It's a quiet night and mild. My goodness, we're sitting at 5 degrees right now. And the winds, because of the winds out of the west, even though it's been pretty tame with regards to the winds throughout the day, it's picked up a little, gusting 33 kilometers per hour. That's what's registering at the airport right now. And so that just boosted our temperature to 5 degrees, which is now our daytime high, even though the sun has set. For tomorrow, we'll be a little busier in the sky. We're looking at on and off snowflakes throughout the day. Picking up 1 to 3 centimeters is certainly likely, and it'll be a little gusty in the afternoon with a cold wind out of the north. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now. Today was actually lovely, much warmer.
I agree. Today was pretty stunning. We had the sunshine, we had the mild temperatures, and we're even rising in temperature, so we're now up to 5 degrees in the city. It's been quite a nice change from the cold weather that we've had for the last few days. It has been windy, though. Now, it wasn't windy throughout the day in Calgary, but the winds have started to pick up over the last hour or so. But to the south of the city, it's been windy throughout the day, gusting up to 80 kilometers per hour in Pincher Creek, 70 in Lethbridge, closer to 40 in Medicine Hat, and then we just got up to a gust around 46 kilometers per hour at the airport within the last 20 minutes. So it's picking up here. This has led to drifting snow on many highways, for example. So that's not helping the driving situation, especially considering we had a lot of melting today, and a lot of that is freezing now as we go through the overnight hours. It will freeze on the sidewalks, on some roads. So just be cautious as you head through the overnight and early morning hours for slippery spots out there. Another thing is we have to be cautious for the snow that's falling that will reduce visibility tomorrow. Now, because of the gustier conditions further to the south, even though the base temperature is just below freezing in Pincher Creek, it actually feels closer to -11 or even colder than that at times as it gusts even higher. So it's cooled in Pincher Creek at the moment, but we're at that freezing mark in Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. So we've just risen to that there, and then we're at 5 degrees in the city. So overall, it's fairly toasty, but again, it will get cold overnight, and then that will freeze things up out there that has melted throughout the day. All right. We had one wave here that pushed through, just some light isolated snowfall. But again, the drifting snow because of the strong wind gusts was a concern in many areas in the far south for today. Tomorrow, we have another wave of snowfall, and this one will impact Calgary. So as you can see, by the time we get to about 7:30 in the morning, it will start to make its way into Calgary. You're looking at the snowfall to the west of the QE2, along the QE2, really from Red Deer and south down through Calgary. Highway 2 is where it will start to develop as well, and then push into Lethbridge and even Milk River. Medicine Hat may see a little bit of this, and this will be on and off throughout the day. We're not looking at huge totals from this, but we are looking at getting some. Nothing hugely significant, but what you can expect is 1 to 3 centimeters. Really, Red Deer south along QE2, we can expect that in Calgary, and down along Highway 2 into Lethbridge as well. 1 to 3 centimeters is certainly likely for tomorrow. A high of 1 for tomorrow, so still mild temperatures, but that comes with gusts around 40 kilometers per hour out of the north, so it's a chillier wind. 2 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday with stable weather, and then the next system rolls in, and that may be a little heavier because we're looking at 3 to 5 centimeters of snow for Friday, and cooler temperatures with a daytime high of -6. That's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast.
Santa and Bev, he's been a busy man.
He's everywhere. He's got to get all the orders in.
And those are all the warm and fuzzies, that story.
That's
my goodness.
Cute. All right, we're going to kick off trending tonight with the need for speed. Look at this. Whoa. She drives like a racing pro. Yep. Her dad changed out the toy car battery for a high-powered DeWalt battery. She's loving the upgrade, and everyone watching seems pretty impressed by her driving skills.
Time to go in a NASCAR.
Yeah.
Turn to the left. Turn to the left. There you go.
She's got it down. You guys. Yes. If she's loving this now, what is she going to be doing as a teenager?
Oh, wow.
Well, you know that expression, dance like no one's watching. Someone's always watching. Okay, the best part of a road trip is usually the music.
Yes.
These two look like they're loving whatever song they've got playing in the car there. They are dancing like no one's watching, but The people in the car behind them were certainly watching and recording.
Keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. If you're in the car with fun people, that's what happens.
Yeah,
if
and
you're in
every
the car,
road trip goes faster.
Yeah, it's always fun.
That's true.
Well, finally, we know that purses were created to carry the essentials, and this girl has got it covered. You do need to be prepared. So she has the plastic water gun, she has a wrench, a full makeup kit, and then, of course, her stuffy. You have to be ready for any eventuality. So,
gun and makeup. This is Texas, I think.
You might need to start a water fight with someone, probably your brother. You want to look good doing it, so you bring your makeup.
And it's a little
You
chilly
might have to fix someone's bike. You bring your wrench, and then you got to have your stuffy. I mean, it just makes
Earmuffs
sense.
and sunglasses were probably in there.
At some point, yes, and then she put those on too. Yeah, love it.
Prepared. Well, your Skywatch weather camera is, it's a little windy out there. The winds have picked up, but those winds are out of the west, so they've actually boosted up our temperature as the sun started to set. So we're at 5 degrees right now. Not bad to kick off December. Happy December 1st to you. And today's high, yes, is 5. The record for this day is 15.2. So we're nowhere near record breaking, but it certainly has been a lot warmer today compared to the last few days. We've basically pushed our cold air off to our friends to the east. Regina's high today was -12, Winnipeg -11. Okay, right now, a couple communities dealing with wind chill, but not many. Drumheller feels closer to -6 with the wind chill. Pincher Creek feels closer to -12. But keep in mind, that's because it's just below the freezing mark there and a little especially breezy in Pincher Creek. But for us in Calgary, for example, we're not dealing with wind chill because we're not below freezing, so we don't calculate that with temperatures above that freezing mark. 3 is the temperature in Claresholm and at that freezing mark for Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. All right. This was the first wave today, brought a little bit of snow to some parts, but not much. And the main thing, it was gusty, so it was more of the drifting snow. Now for Calgary for the next 24 hours, with the wind chill tomorrow morning, it will feel like -7. You're looking at gusty conditions out of the north up to 40 kilometers per hour. That's a cold wind for tomorrow afternoon, but we should still get up to +1. It just won't feel as warm as today because it will be gusty, and we're also looking at a lot of cloud cover and some light snow as well. All right, Kamloops, 5 degrees. Oh, also, that was your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right, or it's free. -2, you're looking at snowfall. Edmonton, down through Red Deer, Olds, Coronation, Calgary, High River, especially along Highway 2 down to Lethbridge. All of these communities, Lethbridge over to Medicine Hat, Milk River, also looking at the chance of 1 to 3 centimeters of snow for tomorrow. Tara?
It's really cool. Yeah. That is really cool. Thank you, Glenn. Okay, final peek at the forecast, Danielle.
Okay, just, you know, mild weather for the next few days, but be prepared for it to not feel quite as warm tomorrow. Even though we'll get to +1, that comes with a lot of cloud cover, on and off snow, and a cold wind out of the north. So feeling a little chillier tomorrow. 1 to 3 centimeters is certainly possible. Brighter for Wednesday and Thursday, and warmer, as you can see. 2 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and our next system rolls in late Thursday night, and 3 to 5 centimeters possible on Friday, so a little more of a significant snowfall, and -6, so much colder by Friday with a daytime high of -6. All right, Rick Cashman, first of all, super cool last name, sent this picture, and he took this near Bassano, calling this one the Snow Bow. Pretty nice, hey?
That's very good.
Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate.
For breaking news anytime, go to our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again tomorrow.